Well, two of the most anticipated movies of the year are out tomorrow. The first is Iron Claw, which sees Zac Efron and Jeremy Allen White transform into wrestling royalty as they play the inseparable Von Erich brothers. And speaking of royalty, Aussie actor Jacob Elordi is playing the king of rock and roll in the other big movie coming out called Priscilla.
Hi, what's your name?
Priscilla Boyer.
You like Elvis Presley?
Of course.
Elvis Presley may be the king, but in Sofia Coppola's latest film, it's Priscilla Presley who gets the royal treatment. The biopic, inspired by Priscilla's 1985 memoir, Elvis and Me, shows what it was like to be married to one of the most significant cultural figures of the 20th century.
It's a story that really nobody knows. It's in book form, but to see it visually is it's really exciting, and yeah, I think that's enough to get people to go see it. It's sort of an untold story.
A Star is Born with Kaylee Spaney's portrayal of Priscilla Beaulieu, the 14-year-old schoolgirl who grew up to marry Elvis Presley.
It was quite the challenge of playing 14 and making sure it felt believable because it was such a important part of the storytelling.
Yeah, for me, I think the most interesting part was playing Elvis older, because I'm not that age myself, and we didn't have any of the kind of prosthetics or anything to kind of build out him at that age, so it was all internal and it was just really enjoyable.
Jacob Elordi has been praised by both critics and the real-life Priscilla for his depiction of Elvis.
Black hair and more eye makeup will make your eyes stand out more.
While doing press for the movie, the Aussie actor revealed just how little he knew about the king of rock and roll.
The most I knew of Elvis was in Lilo and Stitch.
Elordi said he was lucky that his natural vocal register was similar to Elvis, but he wasn't confident in taking on the role.
I average like a pound of bacon a day. It's not that noticeable because I'm quite long, but I was the biggest I've ever been.
And when Priscilla saw the final movie, the first thing she said was, you know, Kaylee, really, that's how I felt. She really expressed that, and she couldn't believe how Jacob's voice, she said it sounded just so much like Elvis. So that was so gratifying to hear that from her.
Priscilla was shot on an impressively tiny budget in 30 days in Canada. Those with suspicious minds can't help falling in love with Priscilla, which is out on Thursday.
Pop tried to protect us with wrestling. He said if we were the toughest, the strongest, nothing could ever hurt us.
Now let's step in the ring for Iron Claw. This movie tells the true story of the Von Erich family, a professional wrestling dynasty back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Harry, I want you to join your brothers in the ring.
Yes, sir. I love that.
Zac Efron, Jeremy Allen White, Harris Dickinson, and Stanley Simmons played the brothers. They all went through quite a physical transformation.
I know that over the course of training for the movie, you know, it would keep me up at night prepping for the role, and became almost an obsession. While filming the movie, I didn't have to do much to feel as I imagine Kevin would have felt in those scenarios, which was sore and beat the hell out.
The hands that were passed down to us, the hands that will deliver the Iron Claw to you.
What was really nice and interesting about the story, aside from like how fascinating these characters alone are, was how I feel that they are kind of responsible for the way that the sport has like shifted and kind of become what it is today.
I just love being out there with you guys. It's the only thing that matters to me. The greatest family in the history of wrestling.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
That never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?